All right, let's jump right in. Today we are taking a super high-speed tour of 10 incredible innovations that are literally reshaping our world as we speak. We're going to look at new ways to see the invisible, smarter ways to process intelligence, and how it's all being put into action. So let's start with a big question. How is technology giving us new superpowers? Because, that's really what this is all about, right? We're looking at innovations that are designed to enhance our own natural abilities, giving us superhuman senses, massively powerful digital brains, and the tools to actually use all that intelligence. First up, let's talk about how we perceive the world. We're kicking things off with technologies that act like a brand new set of eyes and ears for humanity, capturing information that, until now, has been completely invisible to us.
So, you know how in really tricky lighting, a normal camera just sees a mess of shadows and blown out bright spots? Well, a new high dynamic range or HDR camera can see everything, all at once. It captures crystal clear detail in both the darkest shadows and the brightest highlights. This is an absolute game changer for things like automated factory welding or high-tech security, where seeing every single detail is absolutely critical.
Okay, so from seeing machines to seeing ourselves. For years, athletes and doctors have been wrestling with this huge challenge. How do you scientifically measure human motion to improve performance or, say, diagnose a problem? Guesswork just doesn't cut it when a single millisecond or a millimeter can make all the difference in the world. Well, the solution from TDK and ASICS is a pretty straightforward three-step process. First, wearable sensors grab incredibly precise movement data. Then, AI crunches all that data looking for patterns in form and speed. And the result? Clear, actionable insights. Coaches and doctors can use this to seriously boost performance and, maybe even more importantly, help prevent injuries before they happen. Now, what if we could see inside the human body, but, way more easily? Researchers at CU Boulder have developed a bioimaging device that does just that. The key phrase here is non-mechanical. Unlike those bulky, complex scanners with tons of moving parts, this little device uses some really clever light manipulation, which makes it way more efficient and a whole lot smaller.
So why does this matter? Well, because it could completely revolutionize healthcare. I mean, imagine cheap, portable scanners in local clinics that can spot the early signs of eye disease or monitor a heart condition without you having to go to a major hospital. This tech has the potential to make life-saving diagnostics available to so many more people. It's a huge deal.
Okay, so we have all this amazing new data from our new senses. But honestly, data is just noise until you can actually make sense of it. And that brings us to our next section, the powerful brains that are designed to process all that information and turn it into real intelligence.
Let's talk about making computers faster. For decades, the main idea was just to make computer chips wider, right? Spread them out. But SociaNext is pioneering something called 3D IC technology, which is a completely different approach. Think of it like this. Instead of building a sprawling, single-story office park for your data, you build a super tall, super efficient skyscraper. And the process is, well, it's pretty much just like building that skyscraper. You've got your chip layers, the floors, stacked vertically. Then they're all connected by these short, high-speed pathways. Think of them like elevators. Because the data has to travel a much shorter distance, the whole system becomes dramatically faster. And that kind of speed is absolutely essential for the massive demands of AI and modern data centers. And speaking of massive demands, just imagine for a second that you're a law enforcement officer investigating a cybercrime. You are facing mountains of digital communications, emails, messages, logs, a true digital haystack. How on earth do you find that one crucial piece of evidence, that single needle? This is where SS8 Network's Discovery platform comes in. It basically acts as a powerful analytical brain for investigators. It pulls in enormous volumes of data from all over the place, and then uses AI to automatically spot the critical patterns that a human might completely miss. It turns that haystack of noise into clear, actionable intelligence.
We've all heard those stories of a brilliant idea that's born in a university lab but never quite makes it out into the real world. There's this huge gap between academic research and a finished commercial product. It's so common, it's often called the valley of death for startups.
Well, programs like the Cybernova Accelerator are designed to do one thing: bridge that exact gap. They provide all the essential ingredients, we're talking funding, expert mentorship, and crucial industry connections to help promising academic research make that massive leap into becoming a real-world commercial product. So, we have the senses, and we have the brains. For our final section, let's look at how these technologies actually get put to work, from the factory floor to the classroom to the gear in a first responder's hands. This is where it gets real.
Every factory manager has nightmares about a hidden bottleneck on the production line. You know, that one slow machine that holds everything else up? That's the before picture right here. But with a tool like LineView Navigator, which provides real-time data analytics, managers can instantly see where the problems are and fix them. And the after result? A huge boost in output and a much more efficient factory.
Now let's take that intelligence out into the field. Gitac's new rugged tablets are basically supercomputers for public safety and field ops. They've got 5G on-device AI and a lighter design with a bigger screen. This gives workers critical tools right when they need them. Think about it. An officer can now get real-time mapping and data analysis right in their patrol car, making their job a whole lot safer and more effective.
Look, the rise of AI in education brings up a lot of questions, and frankly, some fear. And that's why this quote from the AI Innovation Summit is so important. It sets the mission straight from the very beginning. This isn't about replacing teachers with robots. It's about giving them powerful new tools to do their jobs even better.
And the summit turns that mission into real action. The outcomes are all focused on training teachers in ethical AI integration, sharing best practices, and giving them tools to create personalized lessons for students. The big goal here is empowerment, plain and simple.
All right, for our final innovation, I have one last question for you. What if your phone or your watch or any electronic device wasn't just a rigid brick? What if it could actually stretch and bend and twist without ever breaking?
Well, this isn't science fiction anymore. Researchers are developing a new squishy material. It's a soft semiconductor that can be totally deformed and still conduct electricity. The secret is all in its unique molecular structure. This kind of innovation could unlock a future of truly flexible, powerful wearables and electronics.
So there you have it. From new eyes on the factory floor to computer chips built like skyscrapers, these technologies aren't decades away. They are happening right now. And that leaves just one final question to think about. Which one of these do you think will change your world first? Thanks for diving in with me today.